Chapter. Today I am going to play in my art journal, and this one I have dedicated to learning new techniques or to playing with different products and different mediums. So that's what this book is dedicated to. And today I am going to play around with different types of glues that we can use in our art journal to adhere paper down or to do collages and that type of stuff. So I am going to turn my camera around. I just came up with a new camera angle, so I'm kind of excited about that. And I will do a comparison on these. I know there's a lot more out there, but these are the ones that I have on hand. So let's get to playing. Now it is time to experiment. So what I did was I just drew off little sections, and I have the different mediums that I have. I have our adhesives. I have matte medium, I have the gloss medium, I have watered down glue, which is what I used to always use, and Mod Podge. So the first one I'm going to do is this matte medium, and this is the one I have. And I just want to say, when I first used it, I didn't like it. It didn't stick anything down. And then I gave it a good shake, and it seemed to be a little bit better. So let me try, and I'm going to do a couple different things. I'm going to do some tissue paper and also some just regular painted paper. So I'm going to put this on here, maybe add a little to the back. Do I need to do that? I don't know, but I did it anyway, so I added it to the back. And the first one, I'm just going to glue it down. I am not going to put a top coat on it. And actually, when I read the for the matte medium, it said not to use as a top coat. But being the rebel that I am, I'm going to do that on here and see if it keeps. This is a small piece, so I don't think it should. Mind you, there's a crease, but I think it's more in the paper than in the actual from putting down the medium. And then here I have some little pieces of water paper that I put some paint on it, just acrylic paint. So we'll put that piece down. We'll just adhere it down. And then this piece here, I'm going to put a top coat on because I'm curious to see if it smears the paint. But like I said, that bottle said not to use it as a top coat. But we will see. I just want to see how it adheres because like I said, the first time I used this, wasn't impressed. It wouldn't stick two pieces of paper down together, so we'll see how that is. And look at this, is lifting because the paper is because the paper's wet, it's starting to buckle. So we'll try that and push that down. We'll give it a little bit of help. So that's the first one. Yeah, that's like not sticking down too good. Maybe it's too thick of a paper. I'm going to wash my brush, and then I will go to the gloss medium. Now this is the second one I'm going to try out. It's gloss medium and a varnish. And this one is to be used as a top coat. So we will see how this is. But it does say it is also, oh, I don't have my glasses. It does also say that it can be used to like adhere down papers and stuff like that. So we'll do the first one with no top coat. And that goes all the way. And because the tissue paper is so much thinner, it sticks a lot better. And we'll put a top coat on there. I'm not really into glossy, but I'm sure that there are some projects that I might use it. Actually, this is the first time I opened up this container, so we will see how it works. And then we'll do a piece of the paper. Like I said, this is really thick paper, though. This is water paper that I'm adhering down, so. And then another piece. And then I'll do a top coat. So far, the top one didn't bleed the paint. I thought it would, but I did paint this a while ago, like a few days ago, so. But because the papers are thicker, it wants to buckle. So I'll give it a little bit of help there. I'll hold it down for a bit. And then I will wash my paintbrush, and I will do the water with the white glue. So next I'm going to use this Tacky Glue, and I've used Elaine's, do I even want to say how many years? I've used it for like 30 years probably, ever since I've started crafting. And I water it down. Isn't that a fancy stirring stick I have? I water it down so it's easier to work with. It's a better consistency. But if you're going to be gluing stuff, you want to use it straight. But because I'm using this as a collage or to applique something, not applique, but because I'm using this as a collage, I want it watered down a bit. So there is the first one without a top coat or a sealer. And here is the next one. And I will put the sealer on top of it. Or put it on like a sealer. And then we have a piece of the paper. But this is how I do a lot of my when I'm doing my mini albums and I adhere my paper on. A lot of the times, if I'm not using my Xyron, I use the Aleene's and I water it down. Not really watery, but enough that it's easy to spread. And then here I'll do a top coat of that. And then again, I will wash my brush and come back and do the Mod Podge. Now the last one I am going to try is Mod Podge, and if you've been a crafter for a while, you know not to call it Mod Podge, because a lot of crafters get very upset about that, even though Mod Podge is so much more fun to say than Mod Podge. But anyway, some people get their panties in a knot for lots of things, and that seems to be one of them. So one thing, I've used this many times over the years. I used to do decorative painting on eggshells, and I used to do ceramics, and I used to do this as a top coat. And one thing I didn't like about using this as a finish or a top coat is it stayed a little bit tacky. So when I wrapped it up with tissue paper, whatever I was working on, it would stay tacky. And I did not like that, obviously. So I stopped using it. They may have improved it. I don't know. That I just picked that up. So I don't know if they've improved it, but we will see. So there it is without a top coat. Here it is with a top coat. And then last are the two pieces of painted paper. So this painted piece does not have a top coat. And like I said, I keep saying, this is very thick paper, so if the edges don't stick down, that is why. And put that down, and then add some more. And one other thing I want to try is, once I seal things, I want to play around with markers and see which one work better on which product. So there we go. Now this is milky. These other ones, like that's dry, but it looks shiny because it is a gloss. This one's still wet, and obviously this one's saturated because I just did it. So we will let that dry for a while, and I'll see how they look when they're all dry. Here's the comparison of them all, and they all seem to be nicely put down, even if I didn't do a top coat. This is the ones without the top coat, and they do. I'm trying to, they look like they're all pretty, oh, this one's really good. Those ones are really good down, the glossy ones. Actually, they're all, can't complain about them all. They're all stuck down there really good. Okay, which one? This is the matte medium. Look, I did flip it up a bit. Actually, yeah, if you really dig at them. Okay, the gloss with the coating on top, that is stuck, because that's actually the paper peeling up. That's not from my nail getting underneath. Let's see. Okay, the water and the glue. The water and the glue, is that actually... Yeah, that is the paper peeling. So that isn't, that stuck down there really good. That was actually the paper peeling apart from itself, not from the stuff that I've glued it on. This one here, the Mod Podge, is lifted up too. So I would say the winner is the white glue and water. Actually, that is the best. So my findings have shown that the best is just the white glue and water. The gloss medium was okay. It was really good with the top coat, but the best of the best for both, I would have to say, is the white glue and water, and actually that might have been probably the least expensive too. The rest of them lifted up a bit. This paper is pretty thick. Maybe that had something to do with it. Where the tissue paper I used, no matter which one I used, it seems to be good. Mind you, oh no, yep. So the tissue paper's fine. It's just the paper one, the thicker paper adhere to the back of this paper. The glue and water one. Yay! You are the winner. So that is my finding on different ways to adhere your papers to your art journal pages. So I hope this helped you out in showing different types of glues that we can use in our art journal. I know there are many more out there, but these are the ones that I had on hand. And when I learn new ones or learn of new things, I will share them with you as well. And I really hope that you're enjoying this series. I'm having a lot of fun doing the videos and learning along with you. So thank you everybody so much for watching, and I hope you all had a very creative day today. Bye now. Decoupage in our art journals, or just glue down different types of paper, which I think that is what decoupage is. Is it recording? Of course it is. Okay. Poor Luna, she's in heat. Poor thing. That poor cat. I can use, or that we can use. It looks like I'm reading notes and there's nothing down here. Why do I keep looking down? I don't know. Everything